The salt crystals, all of that ready.
Yeah, I mean, it does look like the snow could come down heavy enough overnight tonight into tomorrow morning where it does start to cover some surfaces. I would say it's going to be worse the farther north you go, but even in Philadelphia, we're kind of on the bubble as to whether or not this stuff covers roads. I think it actually might now. Storm Tracker 6 Live double scan shows you that we are dry this morning after some overnight sprinkles and showers. Those are pushing off to the east, and as we take a look outside, we have Sky 6 this morning, and we are looking at clouds overhead. Eventually, we're going to get some sunny breaks. There's Center City, and cloudy out there, maybe a little bit damp on some roadways because of the overnight sprinkles and showers. But again, those are off to the east at this point. How about your temperature? You step outside, and the last thing you're thinking about this morning is snow. 60 degrees is your current number. Winds out of the southwest at 12 miles per hour, so a little breezy, but very mild. If you are up in the northern areas, places like Lehigh Valley, even Trenton, as close as Trenton, you're still much cooler. Some spots up north still in the 30s, so there's a real line of demarcation between mild air in Philadelphia and colder air to the north. We are all going to get milder over the next several hours, though, and stay that way for most of the day. Some sunny breaks are possible out to the west. You see that on satellite. The big story today will be those mild temperatures and perhaps some record-setting highs today. 57 degrees in Philadelphia by 8, 59 by 10, 61 by noon. Your high today in Philadelphia is 64. We're thinking we hit that early in the afternoon, say about 1:30 or 2, and then we slide all the way down to 52 by 6 o'clock. Now that still is nowhere near snow territory, right? And that 64 is actually a record high for today. The old record 63 set back in the 20s. High temperatures across the region looking pretty good, even in Allentown, where again you're starting out colder this morning. You should bounce back up to about 56 degrees for a high there and close to 60 in Reading. 62 in Trenton, 64 in Millville, and 60s down at the shore. As we take a look at Future Tracker 6, this is the view at midnight tonight, and the model is slowing down a little bit in terms of the arrival of snow. It now looks like most of it wants to hold off until after about 2 or 3 in the morning. There is a winter weather warning, a winter storm warning in the northern suburbs that kicks in at midnight tonight and at 4 a.m. closer to Philadelphia. In any event, by 5 a.m. it does look like that snow's moving in. Notice how it's rain initially down south. That's going to lower your snowfall totals, as you'll see in a moment, down south a little bit. But as we get through the rush hour, 9 a.m., just about everybody's seeing snow, and we're beginning to change over even down at the shore. Plus, these darker shades of green indicate some fairly steady snow. So that steady snow still happening across a good portion of the region by 11:30 in the morning, although the northern and western suburbs are beginning to taper off. And it looks like the last of the snow showers, weaker stuff, gets off the coast around 2 or 3 in the afternoon. How much are we expecting out of this? Well, we're bumping up the numbers a bit because the latest model projections are showing a big area of vertical uplift, which is going to be right over the northern areas in particular, and that's going to enhance your snowfall. So it looks like anywhere from 4 to 8 inches of snow is now possible from areas south of Philadelphia all the way up through the Poconos, with higher amounts possible the farther north you go. Then there's a 2 to 4 inch band that goes through Millville and areas close to Atlantic City, and a coating to an inch in areas farther south, where again you're starting out with a lot of that rain. However, there is a big spread in the various models. Some in Philadelphia have as low as 4.3 inches, which wouldn't be too bad. Others are forecasting as high as 7 inches, so there is a pretty big range there, and the higher numbers we get and the heavier bands we get, the better chance there'll be of some coverage on the roads. Initially, it might be tough because it's so mild today, but eventually you start to get this heavy snow, and it's not going to matter. Snow will start to cover roads. Up in the Lehigh Valley, there's one model that goes all the way up to almost 9 inches, and I do think the farther north you go, I mean, you can see how these numbers generally are higher. The farther north you go, the higher snowfall you're going to see. And then down the shore, not as bad. Some of the new models coming in are now in Atlantic City, going closer to 3.5 inches, some down around 2, and less down in Cape May. Your exclusive AccuWeather 7-day forecast today doesn't feel like snow at all. A record high of 64 degrees, and that snow holding off until the overnight hours, as we just showed you. But then we do have snow through the morning on Thursday, tapering off during the afternoon. A high of just 35 degrees. And we very likely will have slippery road conditions in the morning for the morning commute and perhaps into about lunchtime. And then sun to clouds on Friday, 32 degrees, and a clipper comes in with a snow shower Friday night. Can't get rid of this stuff, right? Some of that could still be falling as a rain or snow shower early Saturday morning. But then Saturday afternoon, we bounce back to 47 for a high, 53 with periods of rain the way things look now on Sunday, and 52 with drying on Monday. Valentine's Day a little cooler, sunny and 44, still not too bad.
Well, it looks like it won't be white for very long around here.
No.
Okay.